Happy New Year, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you all had a wonderful holiday season and are ready to set new goals and crush it in the new year. Here on the Mumfy channel, I'm planning on doing more installs, more discussions, exploring the trails out here in Utah. Plus, I also want to connect more with each and every one of you out there and maybe even meet up with some fellow YouTube content creators. So if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, flick the like button, leave a comment down below letting me know what you are planning to do in the new year with your Tacoma. And with that, let's get into the first install of the year. Alright, now before we get into this install, let's do a quick unboxing. And as you can see here, I do have a couple of boxes that correlate to this install. And one of the cool things about this is that it's going to be a little different than what's currently on the Tacoma now. And yes, I do have the Pro style grill, but we're going to be updating it. And I think you'll be a little bit surprised on what we do with the new grill that's in this box. So let's get into it. Alright, now I did get this grill from TacoClout, and you'll be able to pick this up from his website, TacoClout.com, or the app. If you download it to your phone, you can check this out as well. Now, he is working with Dab Parts to bring these to you guys, so let's get into this unboxing. Now, I've already opened it, but here we go. It's packaged really nice. I'll show you guys. We do have bubble wrap and some styrofoam to kind of help balance this thing out. Go ahead and take the styrofoam blocks out. And as I pull the box out and remove the bubble wrap, you can see that it's still the TRD style, the TRD Pro style, but there's a little bit of a difference here. We've got Mumfy, yeah, in the center. How about that? And not only that, it's wired to be backlit. How cool is that? I'm pretty excited. We're going to be throwing this on the Tacoma. Let's get into it. Alright, now as we look over the grill here, what you can do is you can have this custom cut, kind of like how I have mine, cut to Mumfy. You can have it say TRD, Tacoma, and on top of that you have a couple of lighting options. You can go with the version that I went with, which is just a white LED. So it'll be a little bit diffused with this panel in the back. Or you can get an RGB version where you can switch colors and kind of come up with your own color pattern. As we flip it over and look at the back, the whole lighting sequence is actually covered. You do have the wiring coming out of one side. This is towards the driver's side. So we'll be able to hook that up, and I'll be showing you how to do that here in just a little bit. Now, I will obviously have to pop the garnish off of the old grill and replace it down here, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem. So, let's get into this install. Alright, so first things first, we're going to have to remove the current grill that's on the Tacoma, plus remove the grill lights, or at least unconnect them from underneath. So that'll be first steps. If you haven't seen my install guide on how to install the grill, go back and take a look in the library on how to do that. I'll also leave a card up in the corner so you guys can find that. Let's get going. Alright, now that we have the entirety of the grill off, I have it up on this table, we're going to have to remove the TSS sensor So now we should be able to just remove that. Next, what we'll do is we'll pop out these little washers, because we'll need those to go into the new grill as well. And should be able to pop out the sensor garnish as well. Alright, so we'll take the sensor garnish and we'll put it on the new grill. All you really have to do is just push these little tabs up and the whole thing should release. Next, we'll go around the outside and push all of these tabs. That should help get the bevel off of the old grill. Now we have the old grill off. We can remove that. We've got the bezel here. We're ready for the new grill. Alright, as I bring the new grill in, we'll need to pop off the cover here. Just grab the new garnish, or grab the garnish from the old one. Pop that into place. And that seems to hold in really nice. Now we'll take our little washers here, push those into place, grab the TSS sensor, make sure that's all lined up. Now we should be ready to place the new grill into the bezel. We'll be able to bring bezel over the top of the grill and just make sure that all the tabs line up. Alright, now we'll just flip it up real quick and take a look at how that fits into the grill. Oh yeah, that looks great. Alright, flip this back over. We'll attach our TSS sensor back to its location. And now we're ready to put the grill back onto the truck. Alright, now we got the grill back on, we got the grill lights all hooked up. Next step is ready to hook up the lighted section of the grill. Now I'm really excited about this. Alright my friends, I'm actually on day 2 of trying to figure out this electrical for the lighted custom grill that I got from TacoClout. I thought that I could tie into the daytime running light option just through the housing without having to go through the stock relay and fuse panel. I was a little concerned because I wasn't getting it to light up, but as it turns out, I just wasn't getting enough power through the daytime running light cable to power it up. It powered up if I touched the positive to the positive and the negative to the negative. It was lighting up just fine. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to take an add a fuse, find a 15 amp fuse in the stock fuse and relay box in order for me to tie this in and actually get it working. So I've already extended the power cables so that way I can reach my positive and negative, but I have a couple of extra steps that I need to do in order to get to my factory fuse and relay box. I have the Switch Pro tray from SD Off-Road MT, and what I need to do is I need to either remove the whole thing in order to get to my relay box, or I'm going to try and just take the 2 bolts out of the side here and try and angle this so that I can get at least the top of the panel off. And then I can tie into the headlight fuse, which is a 15 amp fuse, add that to the power wire, ground my ground wire, and then we should have this all hooked up and ready to go. So, I'm going to get started. Alright everyone, I finally got this thing hooked up to where I need it to be. Now before I put this all back together, what I want to do is I want to show you where I've plugged this all in. Now, as we come into the fuse box, I had initially said that I was going to run it to the 15 amp fuse. Well, what I ran into was testing it after I put the add-a-fuse in there was this light always stayed on. Can't have that because I don't want it slowly draining the battery out. What I want it to do, and what I have it plugged into, is when the headlights come on, that light will come on. So I have control over whenever that light comes on. So here's where I had to plug it into. As we dive into the fuse panel, what you'll see is I have it plugged in to the first 10 amp fuse. So as we come in, we've got this one, and then this first one. Now, you can run a 15 amp fuse in with one of these 10s. So I'm going to go ahead and unplug this and I'll show you. So here's what I have. This is the 15 amp, and this is what's going to run the grill light. The 10 is what is running the headlights. And we're doing it in that first fuse plug right there, right next to this 20. So I'll go ahead and plug that back in. And now, what I can do is when I turn the headlights on, this will light up. Alright, now as I said before, I have it tied into the headlights with that fuse. You can run a higher fuse and with the lower fuse. So now I have full control over when this lights up as my headlights come on. I don't have it tied into the daytime running lights, so it'll only come on at night or whenever I decide to turn on my regular low beams. So let's give it a shot. And it lights up whenever my headlights come on. And I can turn them off. Awesome. I love it. Now I'm just going to button everything up and we'll finish up this install. Alright, so now I have everything put back together. The Switch Pro panel is all back hooked up. Now, after you put the add-a-fuse section into the relay box, you'll want to ground out, obviously, the negative wiring for the grill light. Now what I've done is on this bus bar there's actually 10 slots, but the Switch Pro only has 8 switches. So I was just able to tie into one of the unused negatives on the bus bar here. You can actually ground it to the factory ground if you'd like to, or dump it into the negative, but you'll definitely want to ground the wiring so that way, obviously, the circuit is complete. Mine is all complete now. It's tied into the headlights, so let me go ahead and turn those back on. So we'll walk around, get into the truck. I have my switch on auto right now, so we'll go ahead, turn that on, and now we've got the lights on. We'll walk around. Headlights, Mumfy grill light lit up. Check that out. That's pretty dope. I also do have my grill lights, so if I go ahead and get the auxiliary lights all run up and running, and now you can see Mumfy grill lights, headlights. We're rocking this thing. That's awesome. All right, my friends, that's going to wrap it up for this install. We're kicking off 2022 pretty hard with this custom LED grill. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. And remember, you can get this in an RGB layout as well. So head on over to TacoClout.com or shop on the app if you guys are interested. Remember, you can use code Mumfy over there for a little bit of a discount. Let me know what you guys think. As always, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, leave me a question down in the comment section below, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.